So this is my old 1999 Toyota Camry XLE. The clock was getting dimmer, and every time I press it, it would be brighter. But you know, a couple days ago, when I was trying to press it, it just dropped right in. So now I have a whole set of new problem. I'll have to remove the bezel here to get to it, to try to remount it. Maybe while I'm at it, I'll take the clock out and see if there's any loose wire or whatever, so I can fix it. Should be very simple. The bezel is held by 2 screws here. Should be a Phillips head. I should just remove it, and then I know there's a tag right here, so I can use another screwdriver to apply it and pull it at the same time and get it out. Same thing around here. Now the clock is out of the way, probably easier to just get it out too. So I'm not going to show you the whole process, but that's just how it's going to get done. And when I get the clock removed, I'll show you what it is. So easy enough, screws it out. Next, I'm going to try to pile the 2 clip and have this whole bezel removed. So easy enough, and actually it's much easier than I thought. And like I said, there's only 2 clips. One, oh, you can see 2 holding it. So you pull it, at the same time you pile it, it will come out. The only difficult part is, I guess, you do need to have a strong finger because it doesn't have much grip. It doesn't have any grip to hold on to. Just a little bit force here and there, you get it open. So now I have that open. I'm looking at this. Well, I don't know if I want to remove this whole console here. And if I want to do that, I definitely want to, you see the door light still on? I didn't disconnect the power. I should actually disconnect it before I move forward. And to get to the clock, looks like I probably have no choice but have to, 1, 2, 3, 4 screws should do the job. Okay, so next thing, disconnect the power and come back and loosen the 4 screw, and I can slide out the panel. So I'm just gonna disconnect the negative from the batteries. So to cut the power, always disconnect the negative. So I have the battery disconnected. I'll just have to remove the 4 screw, 1, 2, behind 3, and there's 4 here. Then we'll slide that out, and I will be able to get to this troublemaker. So the screw removed it, and I was advised by a friend working the mechanic saying that don't just push straight out, slide out. Okay, what do you know? That'll work. And for my purpose, I'm not going to disconnect the harness at the back. I'm just going to leave it. And that's enough space, actually, as fast for my purpose. I can get to the clock now. Alright. I'm going to use both hands, so I play around for it like a minute. It's kind of tricky. You notice that you have to go underneath it in order to get to it. See that's how I did. At this point, I will have to disconnect the harness here to get the clock out. I do want to figure out why it's dimming, so let me disconnect and take it out, and we can go inside to take a look inside the clock. So I got the Camry clock out. There's a press tag there to connect the harness of the connector. You press down this port, it'll come out. And this clock is, you know, when I press it, I can feel that there's something, I don't know if you can see it. Every time I put some pressure on it, you know, there's a spring inside, obviously. The gap is probably over time is something loose, must be something loose inside. So I'm going to open up this 4 tag here, 1, 2, 3, 4, to get inside to take a look at the PCB board and then all this. That's what's inside. I don't know what's that black spot here mean. It looks like the board is being held to the plastic housing with 2 little screws. I don't see any obvious problem. I mean, the clock still works, even it's dim, and you press it, it's brighter. I don't see any obvious problem. But I'm gonna go further, loosen this 2 screws there, and look at the back. How to proceed with caution. I don't want to do more damage to it. So after removing the 2 screws, you kind of lift it up, and I'm a little bit surprised to seeing that actually the connector pin is not soldered. Instead, it's actually a little spring. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's see if I can get a focus. See that? The spring mounted to the PCB. Interesting design. Why? Why do you want to do that? Is it going to save money? No? Doesn't seem reliable to me. So, and also looking at the PCB, the back side, it's actually very clean. I don't see any problem. But, you know, the spring thing that in the back, I'm not sure why they do that. And is any good purpose or reason for it? If you know, you can share the information with me. Oh, I finally got to focus. But it's just gonna simply remount it. I don't see any necessary to resolder or anything. You know, I'm an electrical engineer by, you know, study as well as by trade for many years, and my experience is, I understand sometimes resolder some of the things will help, but it could either also make it worse. I don't want to make it worse. My guess is just something loose with all these things spring here to cause the dimming problem. So I'm just gonna simply put everything together, and I'm actually probably gonna use something to tie the board down a little bit better to see if that helps. So I put it back, the 2 screws to hold the PCB back down, and I realized that, you know, it wasn't really tight before, so I tightened it real hard this time. Remember when we opened it beneath the board for this 4 connector pin here, they're actually with spring to connect to the PCB. That's the weirdest thing. Right now it's all tight. There's really no gap and no whatever, and I'm just gonna continue to put everything together, install it back to the car, and to see if it's acting normal again, hopefully. So you know, I cleaned it up, didn't see anything wrong with the unit. Come back with the clock, so now it's time to put everything back to see if that worked or not. First thing first is I'm just gonna, you know, connect back the harness, slide back in, press up, so we hold back in, and put everything back, and connect the battery back to see how it works. Okay, so snap right back in, and the clock is good. Let me try to press it again. Alright, good and firm this time. I'm not gonna push it up. I'm not gonna push it in again. And the you know, the panel is slide right in like this. Okay, don't need to force it, you might break something. Now I just put all the screw back in and connect the power, and I'll see how the clock works. So the power is reconnected, the battery. I'm just gonna turn this to here. Look at the clock. Dim again. Press it, brighter. Press it, brighter. Press it, brighter. Do I want to spend $30 to replace this? I'm gonna leave it for now. What's going on with you? Come on. I'm gonna put everything back together and just call it a day. I have enough of it already. Next time, if I can find a cheap clock that is functional, I will do it. Or maybe I am going to the route that I really don't want. You know, try to solder the PCB again. I highly doubt that's the problem, though. You know, when I'm pressing here, that's just the housing. You know, you think it's making a good connection, a bad connection with the harness at the back? Not sure why. If you know something, let me know. So I got everything back on. You know, no problem. You know, the dimming thing, if I press the clock screen, go back to normal, so it'll work. And I put the clock back in for where it should be. I'm gonna call it a day for now. Okay, that's it for today.